welcome. I'm Reverend Kristen Kephart, and I'm the spiritual director here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. I just want to let you know you are welcome here. We are a radically inclusive, spiritual, progressive community. And what that means is we are here and we teach spiritual principles to assist you with creating the life that you want to live and being socially aware and responsible for creating a world that works for everyone. Right now, we are 100% virtual, which means we have no groups meeting in person, but we are doing so online. So get involved, get engaged, and let's work together on creating a world that works for everyone. Enjoy service.
Join us in opening our hearts up in sweet surrender. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the one. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Oh, let's take a moment to just ground here in the presence of God within us and into the ground of beloved Mother Earth. How good it is to be here now, how good it is to be together. Just focus on that presence within. I love you. I adore you. And let's open our heart up to each other. I see you. I recognize you. You are the truth that sets all life free.
Good morning, loves. I'm Susan Elizabeth Espinosa, and I'm a prayer practitioner in training here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And we are going to read the affirmation. So why don't you go ahead and just get comfortable? Just settle in right wherever you are, and we're going to read this together. I'd like to do it twice, maybe even 3 times, we'll see. As usual, these affirmations are very powerful. And the more we repeat an affirmation, the greater opportunity we have to integrate that awareness into our being. So let's begin. I recognize the truth that the infinite lives within me and expresses its divine nature in me, as me, and through me. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. I recognize the truth that the infinite lives within me and expresses its divine nature in me, as me, and through me. Yeah, we're going to do it one more time. Third time's a charm. Deep breath in. I recognize the truth that the infinite lives within me and expresses its divine nature in me, as me, and through me. Close your eyes and just breathe that in. Breathe those really good words in, such positive words in. And let it just settle deep down inside. Let it move you, let it soothe you, let it be your reality. And while we're here in this moment together, I wanted to just speak for a moment. I've been doing some research recently on some of the quotes and teachings by Ernest Holmes. And what I came up with in my search for what he is speaking to when we are going through new times, new beginnings, new realities, because that's what we're all in now. It's a new reality and a new world emerging. And his thoughts, I feel, are really important, and I would like to just take a moment and read to you what I found. So just like we do with the affirmation, just make yourself comfortable. Make your breathing soft and relaxed. And just prepare a moment with yourself, within yourself and around yourself, for a sacred time together. And to let your ears hear this information and your body take it in. And so this is from Ernest's book or lecture titled Brave New World. We need to face life in the light of a new truth, a new understanding, and a conviction that we are in partnership with the infinite. Then we may receive direct divine guidance and know how to live as human beings, because we first have discovered that we are divine beings. I think it so beautifully fits with our affirmation of the day when we are saying, I recognize the truth that the infinite lives within me and expresses its divine nature in me, as me, and through me. And so Ernest is saying here, to face life in the light of a new truth and a new understanding and a conviction that we are a partnership with the infinite. Truly, these times that we're in now, we've never been together in a moment of time like this. Humanity has stepped into a new reality. We aren't certain yet of what is to come, but we have a very unique opportunity, I feel, to fully realize our divine nature and our ability to co-create. When Ernest says in this quote, the conviction that we are in partnership with the infinite, when we really embrace that we are in a co-creative partnership with the divine, it is an experience that is amazing, because you no longer feel alone, you don't feel unsupported. You have a greater ability to relax, just to settle back, knowing that all is well, and that your job, as Ernest says, is that there is nothing to heal, only God to be revealed. And that is what we're here to do, reveal more and more of God. And so in this beautiful quote, when he says at the end that we may receive direct divine guidance and know how to live as human beings, because we first have discovered that we are divine beings. That is it right there. We are divine beings. I am, you are, and we are stronger and better together. That is the beauty of our congregation. That is the beauty of the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And so on this breath, this moment, let's go into prayer. And if you feel like you'd like to close your eyes, go ahead and do that. And just focus in on your breath, settling even deeper into this moment. Breathing in and breathing out. And doing it again, breathing in and breathing out. And as we breathe in together and out together, we know truly there is only one thing happening, and that is God. That is the divine presence. There is such a deep gratitude for knowing this and realizing this that it moves this gratitude through every single cell in my body, lighting my body up with the truth of this knowledge that there is only one God, one life, one heart, and it's happening right now. And so I speak this prayer and these words and this blessing for our service today, blessing Reverend Kristen and the word that she feels called upon her heart to share with us, that she feels that she is lit up with the light and the life and the love of God, and she transmits that through her being to you and to all of us. What a blessing we have. What a blessing for our beloved musicians, Jennifer and Michael, each week shining and sharing the beauty and the love that they have. That is how God moves through them, is through their talents, and blesses us with our music each week. I'm so very grateful. I am grateful for the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, and I am grateful for each one of you who come and have attended in the past and are attending now and attending into the future whenever you watch this recording. It is truly a wonderful gift to know that we are one. We are one in our truth. We are one in our knowledge that we are divine beings. And we know this so assuredly, as do I, that I know with every step that I take, I walk upon the earth as you do, as a blessing in these times, that we bring with our very breath and our very essence truth, beauty, love, joy, laughter. You are a blessing. I speak a blessing right into your life for your health, for your finances, for your relationships, and for anything it is that you want a blessing over. It is happening now. And so with a very grateful heart, I speak these words right into the law, because we know the law says yes right back. And we know that all is always well. And I release this prayer into the universe. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
I wanted to bring Green Tara's mantra into this service today. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. This powerful mantra transforms all suffering. It helps us to reclaim the sovereign power of our innocence. And the Dalai Lama has asked us to repeat this mantra as often as we can right now. So join us. If you'd like to join us just by listening or holding Green Tara's mudra, which is the ring finger, do that. If you want to sing along, please do. Om Tare Tu Re Swaha. 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 Om Tare Tu
How good it is to be with you today. Just thrilled. First, I want to say thank you, Michael and Jennifer, for doing the chant. I remembered the Dalai Lama making that request, and I forgot. So a mistake is just I missed the mark. That's what we believe here. It's not a sin. So I missed the mark. Thank you for the reminder, and I am going to add it to my list of spiritual practices each day. So thank you for the reminder. And the green Tara, she is known as the mother of all Buddhas. The mother of all Buddhas. And for compassion. And for ending suffering. And ending suffering and or being in company with someone that's suffering. Walking through that suffering together. To get through that together to the other side. Being compassionate. So thanks for the reminder. Let's see. Last night I got home, and after I did all my stuff from work and all my little chores I had to do or that I make up in my mind that I have to get done, I sat down and I turned on the TV, and voila, my favorite movie was on. It was a good portion of the way in, and I didn't rewind it because I almost know it from start to finish, the dialogue, which is Shawshank Redemption. With Andy Dufresne. If you're not familiar with the movie, it's set in a prison, and it is so much bigger than life going on in a prison. I find it very, very spiritual. Anyway, where it started, or where it began for me last night was a part where Andy Dufresne, one of the main characters, is up in the office doing some work. And the prison guard goes to the restroom and has to go to the bathroom. So when he sees this moment, he seizes it and locks the doors and goes into the office where there's a record player and there's records. And he picked out an album, put it on the player, and in the olden days, move the needle over. And you could just see his body relax, his body go to a place spiritual. He was having a spiritual moment. And then he takes the microphone and puts it on the speaker, and it is going out all on the prison yard. So the warden and the guards are all up in arms because they can't get him to turn it off. He knows there's going to be a consequence, but he doesn't get them, he doesn't bow into that. He is having his moment. And one of the things that he talks about is that, you know, people can take a lot from you, but they can never take your truth from you. They can never take that place from you, which for Andy was having this spiritual experience through music or with the aid of music. So that was almost like his spiritual practice or his tool that allowed him to dive into that place that allows the truth to set you free. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the truth will set you free. Not in the physical world as we walk around as human beings, but walking around as human beings having a spiritual experience. Being able to identify and have a relationship with or a partnership with the divinity that's within you. From Ernest Holmes. There is one power in the universe and we can use it. Okay, we can use it. Andy Dufresne's character used it. And in that moment set him free in what turned out to be a crazy situation once the guards got in. But not only can we all use it, but I can let it use me as well. So that's a modification of that quote. So there is one power in the universe and we can all use it. And what I know about this power, or the power is that it is bigger than any label that we can give it. So if we call it God, Spirit, Allah, Buddha, ABC, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, blah, 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 it's still bigger than that. So if we have this idea that I have God, I understand God, or I understand the universe, then you're stopping your growth. Because what I know about the universe is it's ever expanding. It's constantly evolving. And we can be recipients of that evolution, of that evolving, of that one mind, of that one mind. About 11 years ago, I had a almost death experience. I almost died. I came out of that experience having had some pretty miraculous experiences with what I'm going to call spirit. When I came out of it is that I didn't believe that I was living my life fully, that I was frozen by fear. So growing up, and there's no one to blame here, this is just facts how I'm trying to explain something. So if anybody's on this that feels like I'm talking about you, first off, I'm not. And second off, there is no one to blame. I'm taking 100% responsibility for my spiritual growth. And I suggest that that everybody takes 100% responsibility for our lives. And I believe that the world would be a closer place to a world that works for everyone. But putting that aside, I grew up being told that I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't do that, or shouldn't, because it was never a fear that I was going to be the one that creates the disaster or problem, but they were gonna. So whoever they were, that's where my fear started, they. So it was a fear that something outside of myself was going to control how I live my life. And not to say that my life was stunted from that, because it wasn't. But I didn't experience freedom like I had ever experienced before. So I get out of the hospital, and I was, one of the things was never drive down this certain road because there's hairpin turns, take the longer way to the beach. They are gonna get you, and then you're gonna die, and whatever other horrible thing was gonna happen. There was a part of me that I didn't in my brain believe it, but subconsciously there was a wall or a barrier that I should be fearful. Like fearful, not like the kind of fearful if I put my hand on the fire and it's gonna burn, because that we all know is, yeah, you only have to do it once and probably won't do it again. Driving down the street, I shouldn't fear. My brain knew that, my wall inside didn't. And I decide I like to have experiences, and I decided I was going to work through this one. I had the time. So I had a convertible, and I put the top down, and I started this journey down this road, which led me down to the beach. And I noticed myself as I was driving, I was tense. And I was told, oh, like the turns. And I'm like, these aren't bad turns. And then all of a sudden I found the hairpin turn. Okay, be warning, warning, Will Robinson, just take your time. No one was around, don't have to hurry, etc. And I got about 3/4 of the way through, and I noticed that my fear of the theys went to almost of excitement. I'm almost through this, and the theys didn't get me. The thems and the theys. The truth is that I have something within me and around me, the universe, that guides me and protects me. So I did a prayer wanting freedom and peace moving forward. And then, just like Ernest Holmes suggests, is that I put my feet in action and actually went through the experience so I can put it to rest and I can get on with my life and get on with bigger things that are happening. The affirmation was, I recognize the truth that the infinite lives within me. It does. The piece of that is that I recognize it, that you recognize it, that whatever it takes, if you don't believe that you are divine or that you're magnificent, or that if you don't think that right here and right now you're perfect, just the way you are, regardless of the mistakes, regardless of what's going on, then join us and do some more work, because I know that you are perfect just the way you are. That we, each of us are born from that one thing. We're all related. We are all sisters and brothers and siblings. We are all from that one mind, that one source, that one thing, the isness of the allness, God, Allah, whatever you want to name it. We are all connected. But the beauty of it is we're all unique. We all have differences. I am perfect just the way that I am, as you are too. In this perfection of knowing that we're perfect, there is this opening, or this place where you're being offered the opportunity to live the life you've always wanted to live, or to do the things that you always wanted to do. To be that regardless of what your past has told you, that you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or you'll never make it up that hill, like whatever it is. Today, just let it all go. The past happened, it's called the past. We learn from the past because we can see historically, we can look at what's happening in our world right now, parts of this, and see that history is repeating itself. And that's when that's where there's the call of stepping up and standing in this spiritual truth of freedom that I know that I am, and to stand that and know that truth so deeply that it is just in my cells of my body, and it is who I am, that I express my truth out in the world. I let spirit work in me, as me, and through me. Because the big mission of my life, the big mission of Centers for Spiritual Living, is a world that works for everyone. And right now, I am not seeing it in this world, right here and right now. It's not time for me to leave, because I'm going to see that mission through, or I'm going to continue on that mission to get it is much completed before it is my time to leave this physical body suit. But to have the core of who we are understood enough, and also be courageous Be brave. Stand up for the injustices of this world on what's happening now. And in this time where some of us are alone, it's really hard for me because I'm a people person. I love watching and talking to people. And yes, I'm doing it on the phone and I'm doing it on Zoom, but there's something about physical touch. Okay? It's not gone forever. I thought we were closer to the end of the game. It reminds me of the game of Sorry, if you've ever played that. I think it was made by Hasbro. But you're on this board and your goal is to get from the starting to the end. And whoever gets to the end first wins. But on the way, somebody can bump you and change your reality of almost winning to go back to start and begin again. And that's how I see what's kind of happened in California. We're on this rollback. And I don't think that the rollback's wrong because I'm looking at the numbers. So it makes sense to me, but I now know that the date that I put in my head that I'm going to be able to come together with all of you in a room and hug and share stories face to face is farther off than I had in my brain. So what I'm doing is going back to that freedom I know, just like we're talking today, the truth will set you free. And knowing that freedom, letting it bubble up and sharing it in different avenues in different ways. So we are having to get more creative. We are having to try something new. We are having to let go of the way things used to be, whether it's permanent or it's for now. Just see it as a big giant sandbox. Yes, some of it is a pain in the rear. And some of the things that are happening are allowing us to grow in stronger consciousness and bringing this world up. Creating a world that works for everyone, where there's fairness, where there's love, and we lead by compassion and peace. Yeah? So there's a bigger story that's happening here. And I want to honor that today. I want to honor you and where you're at. Because that's what we do here. We, as a community, hold each other up as we walk through and grow our spirituality and what we believe. And that's it for today. If you'd like to chat, give me a ring. My number is 805-396-3358, or you can contact me at my email address, which is on the screen. Let's take a deep breath together. Let it go. Take another deep breath together. And let it go. And another deep breath. Hold it. And breathe out love. I am so overwhelmed right now in joy and love for being able to be here in this space right now, talking about the only thing that there is, the only thing that is the most valued relationship other than, it's my most valued relationship I have. It's my relationship with God. So I know God, Allah, universe, whatever you want to call it, that it's one thing. It is the one thing that each of us were birthed from. We were birthed from magnificence. We were birthed from beauty. We were birthed from peace. We were birthed, I think I said freedom, not sure. We were birthed through abundance. Those are all qualities that have been gifted to us on day one. because we too are that. So today I am so grateful to recognize my connection with each and every person on this planet, animal, living thing. And I see God, I see spirit, I see the universe in each and everything. And I connect with it because I know I was born from that same stuff. So we were all just beautiful, magnificent, sparkly, creative godlings. And I know for each and every one of us that we're on this spiritual journey, whether we're starting it today, this very moment, or we've been doing it for 86 years. That today I recognize and I know that yesterday was yesterday and tomorrow, or this now moment, is unique. And there is no precedent on what it is to be. That in this spiritual magnificent, that each and every one of us step into that role and take our divinity to the core of who we are and get to know it and be it and let God run through, in, and as us. And when I say God running through us, feel that golden energy. Today it's gold, gold like lava, that it enters from your soles of your feet all the way up to your legs, to the trunk of your body, to your extremities, all the way up to my throat, and allow it to just lighten up the place for you to speak. And then it continues through and out the top of our head. I know that that God running through us, that it turns around in and is as us. So we take it seriously. That I watch what I say, I watch my thoughts. I know that everything is working in divine right order. That regardless of the chaos that is happening, that I can witness the beauty and the love and the justice and freedom that's happening beneath it all. So I give thanks for my relationships. I give thanks for this community. I give thanks for knowing that there is something bigger than me that is there to use me, and I can use it. And that we are all cared for, and that all of our needs are met right here and right now. And if all of our needs aren't met, or we're feeling lack, that you reach out to one of your brothers or sisters or siblings, any of us, because we're all here to be compassionate and help one another and love one another and be able to speak the spiritual truth for one another. I just let these words go, knowing that the universe says yes. And in that yesness, that I already know that it's already done in the mind of God. It is no longer mine to do. So I simply lay my words down on the altar. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Amen. Be well. Love ya.
We decided to do one of my virtue songs today on truthfulness. It's called I Tell the Truth. I tell the truth, I don't lie. I see the truth with my own eyes. Truthfulness fills bonds so free. tell the truth, I don't lie. I see the truth with my own eyes. Truthfulness builds bonds so free, bonds of trust between you and me. The truth sets us free. The truth sets us free. The truth sets us free.
This is our conscious giving portion of our service. And we want to say thank you to everyone that has given to the center, given at this point and any point in the future to continue the expansion and the ongoings of this center, the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. We are grateful, grateful, grateful. And in this time, since we are virtual and there isn't a basket passing around the room, here are different ways that you can give. You can send a check to our P.O. box. You can do our new offering, text to give. Or lastly, you can do one of the PayPal options. All of the online options are encrypted, secured websites that Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living does not hold on to that data. Whether you've already sent in your gift or your tithe, or you're sending it, or you're thinking about sending it, will you join me right now and put your hands together, create a little space, and blow into your mouth that amount. Blow in and hold that amount within your hands. Here we go. And as I hold this amount, I hold it to my heart. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy, confidence, and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving. And now I share my good with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And if I went too fast, let's do it one more time. This gift I give is God in action. I send it forth with joy and confidence and ease. I am blessed by the law of giving and receiving. And now I share my good with life. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. We are so blessed. And together we say, and so it is.
Please join us in singing Use Me.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you. Here I'll abide
being with us today. Thank you, Reverend Kristen, for that wonderful message. And Susan, thank you for holding us always in the highest prayer. So let's join together and sing this song. And if you can, get up and dance with us, because it's a mover and a shaker. Something wonderful is happening through me, through you right now. Yeah?
Yeah,
You ready?
I'm ready.